So the craft marries the feeling, and then that becomes a philosophy of how people make music. That sort of 50s, 60s era of jazz where improvisation became art and conversation, and it potentially paved the way for just media as we consume it now. I'm a big believer in manifestation. The fact that Jay-Z and No ID listened to our music and said, yeah, we're gonna take this and create a huge sample out of it. So I'm very proud of that, you know. I'm Jai Williston-Jones. I am a drummer, predominantly. I play in a band called Hannah Williams and the Affirmations. We're predominantly a soul music group based here in Bristol. Up until recently, we were touring a lot, and yeah, I sort of was living a life on the road, and it was great. We had a school play I think it was an Indiana Jones play. I don't actually remember the name of it. There was this song, and I definitely wasn't, and I'm still not much of a singer, but it had this really cool rhythm. It was like or something like that. And so I remember just tapping it out like that. And the teachers didn't really like me at the school because I used to chat a lot, and I used to be very disruptive because I just used to love just having a laugh, whatever. I wasn't a bad kid. I was just like kind of one of those ones. And so they were like, this is how we can get him to shut up. We'll give him some bongos. So they gave me some bongos for the play. And so I just played bongos throughout most of the musical numbers in that play. I also used to really love Jimi Hendrix's drummer, Mitch Mitchell, because I grew up on rock music, and he was a rock drummer massively influenced by jazz. So a lot of the fills that he would do would kind of have this kind of jazz-like quality to them. Hip-hop sampling, that's probably the best example of musical genres just coming together. One of the best examples of music just freely moving between genres would be To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick Lamar. I mean, that album literally has it all. Like, it's got spoken word, it's got these big dramatic operatic type tracks, it's got classical influence, it's got jazz everywhere, there's jazz all over it, it's still hip hop, it's got this rocky bullshiness to it at times. There's not, I don't know, that album is, in my opinion, one of the best of recent times. So yeah, some of those drummers from back in the day, those sort of 60s drummers, whose names I don't even know, I should really, but there was quite a lot of classic soul breaks, and I would love for my drum sound to emulate that in a way that people can sort of grab onto. The most obvious drummer is James Gadson, and he played with Bill Withers. In terms of those grooves, I would love to sound like James Gadson, and I've been very thankful that one or two reviews of our albums have actually made that comparison. I'd be like, oh my god, great, okay, I'm doing something right. Yeah. I watched David Byrne play in 2018, and I was again standing backstage, watching it from backstage with Anderson .Paak and the Free Nationals. We were all there just watching him play because it was David Byrne, then Anderson afterwards. Again, another great moment. Like just to sort of be a fly on the wall in those moments was really nice, because the reason I was there is because, you know, the music that I'd made had taken me there. So I'm really proud of that. And then of course, the fact that Jay-Z and No ID listened to our music and said, yeah, we're gonna take this and create a huge sample out of it. And the fact that Tyler, the creator, then did a version of it, like, yeah, there. Well, in 2015, Hannah Williams and the Affirmations recorded our debut album called Late Nights and Heartbreak. And the title track of the album, Late Nights and Heartbreak, was mine, and I think most of the people in the band's personal favourite. It just, one of those ones that just felt right. It just felt like we nailed it. So that was recorded in 2015, and it was released in, I think, November of 2016. And then in March of 2017, around the time when we met, I got a call from what's his name, Jay Brown, who is he's basically Jay-Z's partner and he's the CEO of Roc Nation, and Jay-Z's manager. So he called me and essentially just said that we love your song. We would love to sample it for an upcoming Jay-Z album, potentially Jay-Z's last album. Who knows whether that's going to end up being true. Basically, can we do it? And I said, yeah, I mean, we're up for it. I tried to play it cool. I was like, yeah, sounds good. I'll put you in touch with our lawyers and stuff. Jay-Z himself called Hannah to ask if she could do a bit of singing on it. And they didn't actually end up using that singing. But he spoke to her personally to say thank you for, working with us. And I think I wasn't there, but apparently Hannah lost her mind. Just like, wow. They wouldn't send us the song. All they would do was play it down the phone to our label boss. And our label boss just said, it's not a sample, it's a huge sample. And so we didn't realize quite how big he meant, but it's like the chorus, it's the whole song. It's all the song is essentially our song, but with and I can't stress this enough. It literally is. It follows basically the same structure as well. It's essentially our song with a couple of extra things on top. One of those things being a Jay-Z rap. And yeah, I actually really like 444 as a song. I think it's a great tune. I when it came out, I couldn't stop listening to it. And there were a couple of times when I'd put it on mindlessly, forgetting that it was our song. I just liked the tune, and that's something I'm very proud of. The fact that it's a good song, because you don't have control, So yeah, that happened. from this point onwards, we can hopefully move forward and take stock of what it is who we really are. We've had a conversation about artistic people sort of getting to a point where they're like, okay, I'm forced to spend so much time by myself. What do I really want? Can I at least use this to hone in on the things that I really care about, because that's all I've got at the moment. And it's been said many times, but I do think it's true. I think that's one of the big benefits to this time. Although there are people financially, emotionally, and physically struggling right now, I'm going to hope and pray that things are going to get brighter from here on out. Fuck me.
Nice, man.
Well, I'm no expert.
No, nice. Cheers.
Yeah. Sweet. Good.